Let's go to Sunday. We got the Bills and the Bengals. Bills at home favored by 5.5. The total 48.5. And this is the game that we are both on the same prop. So break it down.
Yeah, so we both arrived at this on our own, and the reasons I like the under was the first was he was out touched by rookie James Cook.
Wait, you gotta say the prop first. You gotta say
Oh,
you gotta let the listeners know
I thought
what
I
we're
thought it was
betting.
I thought it was assumed at this point. I've given out like 14 times. Yeah, my bad. So the prop I'm on is Devin Singletary under. It's down to 40.5 rushing yards, but I still like it there. And the few reasons I do like the under here is the first is, he was out touched by rookie James Cook last week, who had 12 rush attempts. Singletary had 10. I didn't touch that backfield the first game. I thought there was a chance. The Bills were going to let the veteran Singletary handle more work, despite James Cook seriously outplaying him all year long. But the opposite was true. They let James Cook handle at least more of the early down work. Singletary did play significantly more on passing downs. So that's the first reason I like the under. The second is this should be a close game, where the Bills will likely be a bit more pass heavy than usual. I think the overall rushing volume itself will be down here for the Bills. And third is, the Bengals run defense is very good. They rank 14th in DVOA on the season, but you have to factor in DJ Reader missed 6 games earlier in the season. He's one of the premier run stuffers in the league. Teams have averaged 4.6 yards per run when he's off the field, only 3.6 yards per run when he's on the field, according to Sports Info Solutions. So a lot of reasons to like this under. I just think he has a very low floor. He's more likely to hit his floor here. So I'm projecting his median closer to 35.5 yards, but I still like it at 40.5.
Yeah, I'm even lower than that. I
That's
was average around 33 because the Bills are still a very pass heavy team. And in the first round, even against a Skylar Thompson quarterbacked Dolphins team, the Bills still called a designed pass play 68% of the time. So more than 2/3 of the time, the Bills still were throwing the football. And against this Bengals defense, who, I don't know that they crowd the box or anything like that, but I think they will dare the Bills to run at points, but still a tough defense to run against. You mentioned with Reader, their average teams are running back specifically are averaging a half a yard less per carry in the games Reader has played. And yeah, that week 18, that Patriots game, Cook 9 carries, Singletary 7. You say, okay, that could just be kind of some noise, end of the year. Maybe they're trying to get the rookie some more work or whatever not. But then he gets 2 more carries than Singletary in the first round of the playoffs as well. So now you kind of look at that and say, okay, now you really have to adjust for that, because 2 games, when you're looking at carry share for running backs, that's really all it takes. You kind of have to adjust based on those last 2 games and kind of go from there. So at this point, I'm projecting Cook for about 2 more carries than Devin Singletary, and that's what's kind of got him in the mid-30s along with this tough matchup. So still have Singletary projected for most of the passing down work, and I think the team is more comfortable with that because remember earlier in the year, Cook was struggling with the kind of the blocking aspect of it, and there's one thing you can't have is getting Josh Allen decked. So I think that this kind of breakdown usage-wise will continue. And let's not forget, Nyheim Hines been working in more. And in that first Bengals game that got canceled, Singletary did get the first carry, but Cook got the next 2, scored a touchdown. And even in the middle of that, Reggie Gilliam got a target. So there's four backfield opportunities. Singletary got 1. So yeah.
I mean, so looking at, Bengals game log since week 11, Reader returned, they held backs like Derrick Henry, 38 yards, Nick Chubb, 34 yards, Ramondre Stevenson, 30 yards. Those are workhorse backs. And now you have a guy that, splits work at best, clearing those numbers. So it's just with this defense playing well, I don't see how the Bills don't just air it out. And even Josh Allen himself hasn't been running as much lately. He had 4 rush attempts last week. So that will likely go up this week. And maybe, 1 or 2 of those is at the expense of Singletary as well.
Yeah, I will be interested to see if the Bills go to some option here, because they have been kind of reluctant to run Allen, but the one thing that has worked against that Bengals defense has been that option that the Ravens are running.
Yeah, the
Dobbins had no problem picking up work, but picking up yardage. But I think that is kind of contributing to why this line opened so high. I think books are probably factoring in. Okay, well, they just gave up a bunch of yards to Dobbins, and I think they did twice, both of those games. But or to the Ravens running backs in general. It was like Drake, I think, in the first one. But either way, tough matchup for the Bills. They're going to win. I think they still win on their pass game here.